her commitment to small and family business. She says it at every single rally. But I want her specifically to say family business, as you've instructed me, and I've learned, and how we've communicated this to every other elected official. It's not just about small businesses. These are family businesses who are punished for passing down their success from generation to generation. We need to do more about that. Let me just say this now. I think it's the first time I've said it on one of these calls. I think we're fighting for the future of America. I don't believe this is an election. I think this is a fight for the future generations. And so regardless of who wins in 2024, we have to stop this. We have to stop the negativity. What I'm afraid of is the abandonment of democracy. What I'm really afraid of is for kids to look and say, you know what, our government doesn't mean anything anymore. Democracy doesn't work anymore. The free market system. I'm afraid of a complete rejection of America following the 2024 election. My biggest complaint, I still have it, is that people in this organization don't speak up enough. Even when they come to Washington, their voices aren't heard. I want these members to have to look them straight in the eye and say the regulation, the litigation, the legislation that they're passing to make your life more difficult. I want them to defend it because they can't. Is family enterprise, is policy and taxation, your organization, you guys, and it's not about writing letters. You actually have to show up to see your members either in your district or in, and by the way, I'd prefer it in the district because then your constituents rather than pushing an agenda. But you have to do it. They have to be heard. And if you're not heard,
Chairman Ron Wyden of the Senate Finance Committee struck a deal on a pretty meaningful tax package. And I think it has a lot in it that is really good for family-owned businesses. And also, you know, for all of your employees as well. And the kind of the three probably main business provisions of importance, and we've talked about a couple of these. I think Representative Miller mentioned them. Kind of restoring the deductibility of research and development expenses, and these would be limited to domestic research and development, is going to be hugely important. You know, certainly for very large businesses that have ongoing research activities, but a lot of small startups have really felt the pinch of having under current law to spread those expenses over 5 years. If this bill is important, please reach out to your senators. Let them know how important this is. In particular, if you're in states you have Republican senators, emphasize to them that this bill is important to family-owned businesses and it needs to get done as quickly as possible.
In the Senate, you should know it's likely that the bill will change. Maybe not the core components of the bill. They might have some little tweaks to them. But I think both Republicans and Democrats are interested in pursuing adding on maybe a few provisions. They're not likely to be as expensive. There are really two times when Congress is very likely to pass significant tax legislation. There may be other times, but there are two times when they follow a pattern. One is when the president is starting his or her new term. And so, of course, this is an election year, 2025. During all of my career, and go back to Ronald Reagan, they always have an economic plan, and they always want to pass it early in their term, usually the first year.
You all are really important to the work that we're doing here. And I know that my legislative team relies on you all and your advocacy and your analysis of so much policy, particularly in the tax area. I think I've given you guys a sense of the things that our office is looking at from a holistic level that are not necessarily just tax related, but are interwoven together, really support family-owned businesses, family enterprises. I want to express my gratitude, as always, to Family Enterprise USA and the Policy Taxation Group for their unwavering advocacy on behalf of family-owned businesses.